Welcome to Fear and Greed's Afternoon Report for Thursday, the 27th of April, 2023. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed down 0.3% today to 7,292 points. Plenty going on among the large caps. Gaming machine manufacturer Aristocrat Leisure finished down 1.5%, and the Commonwealth Bank closed off nearly 1% lower. Generally, the banks went backwards while the big miners were stronger, led by Fortescue Metals, which rose more than 1%. Story number 2, in corporate news, the board of Blackmores Vitamins has accepted a $1.9 billion bid from Japanese beverage giant Kirin. That sent Blackmores' share price up 22%. United Malt Group has downgraded its underlying EBITDA guidance for the first half after reporting lower sales volumes and rising costs. Downer EDI will hire a chief risk officer and cut 400 full-time jobs by mid-2024 as the contractor tries to boost profits and restore investor confidence. Fuel giant Ampol outlined its second strongest quarter on record, with earnings up 82%, in part thanks to strong refinery margins at its Lytton plant. Indonesia-focused nickel industries delivered record output and earnings results during the March quarter. And across the ditch, Air New Zealand lifted its profit forecast for this financial year thanks to strong levels of demand both domestically and across international networks. Also, US dollar jet fuel prices have fallen, and that's helped Air New Zealand. As I said, plenty going on. Story number 3, the superannuation regulator has called out dud superannuation products. 4 choice super fund options are delivering negative returns, 48 are charging significantly high fees, and 80 are performing very badly. Now, choice options are the investment streams offered by super funds that members actively opt into, rather than the MySuper options they join by default. They typically cost more in fees than MySuper accounts. The Australian Prudential Regulation Authority produces a heat map of their 8-year returns annually in a bid to call out poor performers and encourage members to swap to better funds. The latest heat map shows 20% of all the choice products that had 8-year histories were significantly underperforming the benchmarks set by the watchdog. Story number 4, another corporate story. Newcrest Mining today outlined slightly disappointing output results for the March quarter. The board of Australia's biggest gold digger is likely to make a decision on the Newmont Resources $29 billion bid next month. Newcrest's interim chief executive, Sherry Dewey, said that both gold and copper production is expected to increase in April to June. Hopefully that means it will meet its full year guidance of between 2.1 million and 2.4 million ounces. Newcrest share price fell 2% today, the worst of the large caps. Staying in the gold sector, Northern Star said it's on track to meet annual guidance, but it has lifted expected production costs. Other gold miners to disappoint today, in terms of output reports at least, include St Barbara and Regis Resources. And finally, story number 5. China's President Xi Jinping this morning urged his Ukraine counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky to negotiate with Moscow in the first conversation between the leaders since Russia's full-scale invasion a year ago. In an almost hour-long telephone call, the Ukraine's president described as long and meaningful, Xi told Zelensky that he would send a special representative to talk to all parties to seek a political settlement of the war. That's according to China's foreign ministry. Dialogue and negotiation are the only way forward, Xi added, according to a report in the Financial Times. But a readout of the call from Zelensky's office avoided any reference to negotiation and instead expressed hope for China's active participation in efforts to restore peace. Ukraine has dismissed a peace plan put forward by China in February because it didn't stipulate the restoration of its territorial integrity and the withdrawal of Russian forces from occupied territories. But Zelensky has long sought a conversation with Xi to put forward Ukraine's cause and persuade China's leader to exercise pressure on Russia's President Vladimir Putin. That's it for the afternoon report for Thursday, the 27th of April, 2023. Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning with a Friday edition of Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.